Hey guys, what's up? Don't forget to like the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and then here's an example of what we're going to be building in the video, which is a shop where anybody can come and buy a car, automatically done with a vending machine. It's only one car, and then you have to refill it. So a player comes in, buys the key, buys the note, which you put up for sale in the vending machine, this pressure pad through the door that they will use a guest code that they get on a note from the vending machine will lock the front door, the pressure pad will, and then they have a switch that they can open the garage door, and then a laser will close the door behind them. And then all the doors are closed. You have a little area that you can come out of, go back through the front door, and then reset everything. So here's all of the items and the build cost that you'll need for this base build. Nothing too crazy. I would say the biggest problem most likely would be getting the BPs, but this is probably something that you'd be setting up on a wipe after you've already learned all the BPs. So in case you missed it, in this video we're going to be building a shop to sell cars that'll be fully automatic, meaning that a player can just walk in, buy something from a vending machine. In this case it's going to be a key and a note, and then take the car and the doors will shut themselves as soon as the player has finalized their purchase and left the base. The shop is split into 3 sections. One is the garage, the second is the vending room, and the third is the back room with the TC. The next footage is showing the first stage of the base that I would recommend building to while on a live server if you are building solo. And then I would place all the doors down, and we have a diagram that'll pop up on screen in a few seconds showing you what I'm talking about. So here is the diagram. You're first going to want to finish this by putting a roof on top and then placing a garage door over here, shop front there, single sheet metal or armored door there, and then the vending machine over here. Then you can go off and finish farming for this or whatever needs to be done. The base is now secured, and that is the first stage. So here we have the rest of the shop area, and then we will complete the interior of the base. The location of the roof access could be changed depending on wherever you would prefer it to be. At the end of this clip of us finishing up the interior here, I'll show an alternate way that you could possibly access your TC room. This is where the wind turbine will go. I suggest building up at least 4 stories. I do forget to add the airlock around the ladder hatch at the bottom, so I will be changing that in a few moments at the end with the other clips showcasing the alternative entrance to the TC room. But we're going to place the deployables first before I show you the clips on changing the airlocks, and refer back to the second diagram if you're building this on a live server and don't know what you should place first. But here's where I chose to place the TC, as I've previously only used this on modded servers. You could also do this in vanilla, but it's probably only something that clans would be able to get to do, or a dedicated solo player. This is something I'd recommend utilizing on a modded server for some like easy scrap, easy gunpowder. Here's where I fixed one of the airlocks. This one's on the roof. On outside, we're just going to secure the shop area by placing shop fronts and then the garage door, and finishing off the garage with the car lift. Make sure you're placing it all the way to the right and as close to the center of the foundations as you can. And here's where we go back and fix the entrance to the TC room. All right, so we made it to electricity, part 2 of the video. First off, you're just going to do your basic solar panel setup, and we're also adding in a wind turbine. I would recommend adding a counter in between your final root combiner and your battery so you can keep track to make sure that you have 100 power. Then you'll be having a branch set to 20 branching off into your car lift. Add a couple more electrical branches. The numbers are on screen for what they should be set to. This memory cell will control the front door, locking your shop after someone makes a purchase. The rest of the deployables will be powered by this splitter, and the final output on that branch set to 2 will power this button, which will be placed to the reset on the memory cell. Then a pressure pad powered by the splitter will set the memory cell, and then this laser will be used to close the door after the player flips this switch to open the garage door to leave. The next electrical branch supports up to 10 lights for your base, and then you can, I don't know, set up a CCTV or some fucking auto turrets with the rest of the power. I don't give a shit. And don't forget to check the description for a link to the paste bin that you can use on Rustrition, or download a PNG for that image. So now we're actually going to get in game and build it so you can see where it goes. You can change the placements of these things if you would like to, and I would recommend keeping your staircase open until you have routed the power from your wind turbine to that root combiner. That root combiner will come down into this electrical branch, and this electrical branch will have the output of the battery for its power. So here's the root combiner powering the battery. After that, you'll want to add some solar panels. If it's not supporting 100 power, the battery will eventually deplete. So here's our solar panels that will support battery along with the wind turbine if it doesn't ever get to sustain 100 power consistently. I didn't do it in this video, but I do have it in the paste bin for Rustrition and on the PNG download in the description for the circuit. I do recommend having in between your root combiner and your battery a counter so you can keep track and make sure that your battery is consistently inputting 100 power. The first electrical branch will be set to 20, and then the output of the left side of the electrical branch will be used to power the car lift. I'll be adding another electrical branch that will come off the right side of our first branch, and then add 2 door controllers to our garage door and pair both of them. Add a switch over here, and one of the door controllers will be attached to the output of that switch. The other will be attached to the output of a laser, which I would recommend setting about this high so that the car hits it for sure. And the second door controller will go to the output of that laser. Now we're going to add a splitter to power the rest of our deployables. Set this branch to 10. And the first output of the splitter will go towards the switch, the second for the laser. The switch will open the door. You can close the door with the switch, and the laser will close and open the door. But when they drive out, it'll close the door behind them, and then it'll stay closed. Also, if the laser is activated, the door will open and then close. With the switch, it stays open. And then don't forget the ramp outside of your garage door. The pressure pad over here will lock the front door. And then you'll have to manually hit a button to reset the memory cell to allow the door to be opened again. The pressure pad taking the 3rd slot on the splitter, and then the output of the pad going to the set on the memory cell, taking the right side of that other electrical branch that's set to 10, adding another electrical branch to power the memory cell, and then the inverted output of the memory cell going towards the door in the front, the button being powered by the final electrical branch output, and the button going into the reset on the memory cell. Then you need to lock your car, craft a key if you're the person selling, name it if you want to, create a note with the guest code to the door that goes right here. Put a guest code in here. Make sure you do not put it as a master code. Create a master code, then go back into the lock, create a guest code, put the guest code on the note, place the key and the guest code in the vending machine, and then you're good to go. If the front door is open, everything is the way it should be. Player comes in, buys the key, buys the note, reads the note. They'll know what's going on if you left them the correct note. They'll use the guest code on here, open the door, step on the pad. It'll lock the door for them so they can figure out what they want to do, put their items in the car, repair it, whatever they need to do. And then they can flip the switch when they're ready to open the garage door, get in the car, and drive off. And then the laser will close the garage door, and everything's all locked up. And you as the shop owner will be able to just come back whenever you notice that the garage door is, when you notice the front door is closed, and then just reset everything. Here's the deployables you'll need, along with the build cost itself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, letting me know what you'd like to see in the future. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new here. Also, we have new channel memberships, so click the join button. There's a video going over what's going on with that. That's mostly for live streams, which I'll be having pretty soon in the near future here, probably this weekend. So look out for that. Make sure you join my Discord to stay notified for whenever I go live, or just click the notification bell next to the subscription box, and I'll catch you guys next time.